this is Yolanda Shoshana, and this is Pop Witch, where I get into the latest and greatest in pop culture, all while over a libation. Today's libation is Vilarnau Brut Reserva cava. It's a lovely bottle of bubbles. It comes in a mosaic bottle. Beautiful. So if you like a good-looking wine bottle, this is definitely for you. You can use it later as a vase. And the bubbles in it, they were really nice and flirty on the palate. Only about $11.99 for this bottle of bubbles. I got mine as a sample, as I must say, but I definitely would buy it. There's some of the best cavas coming out of Spain. So while I'm sipping this, I would love to get into the Assassination of Gianni Versace. OMG. Now, some of you all caught this on FX. You were smart. But the rest of us are just now getting it on Netflix. I started watching it last weekend and I finished it during the weekend. I'm still processing. Oh my God. So well done. I think it's some of Ryan Murphy's best work. First of all, Penelope Cruz is in it and she plays Donatella Versace. She does a great job as Donatella with the blonde wig and the way she talks. Edgar Ramirez is Versace. He looks so much like him. It's a little bit creepy. And Ricky Martin plays Versace's love interest, Antonio de Amico, who was Versace's lover, who's still living today, who's led a very quiet life since Versace passed away. And last but not least, the person who really brings us all together is Darren Criss, who plays Andrew Cunanan, the psychopath, the killer, the murderer, but who is also charming and who leaves you confused a bit at why did you have to do this? I don't know if you know this, but besides killing Versace, he killed other people. So, which I don't think I knew at the time. I was too young to actually process the whole Versace thing in a way. I wasn't paying attention. I really didn't know how much of an icon he was, but now I look at this and if only Versace had lived a little bit longer, what he would have accomplished. It's just so amazing. But this whole story is just, it's crazy how everybody was interconnected. Now, this miniseries was unauthorized. The Versace family is like, we ain't had nothing to do with this. Donatella wanted no part of it. She did, however, ask that her daughter not be written into this miniseries. Versace left Donatella's daughter his shares of the company, which made her the most powerful woman in fashion at her age. She's worth about like $500 million or something crazy. I don't know if you've seen pictures of her, but she looks miserable. You would think, she's young, she's got all the money in the world, she would be happy. She looks like she's not having a good day in pretty much every picture she's in. She's got anorexia and other things. She doesn't really work at the company per se. She goes in like 2 days a week and then she, that's it. She's a bit of a recluse from what I heard. I think last they said she lived in New York. New York is a great city to get lost in. She just looked like, anyone else on the street. I don't know. I just look at her and I'm thinking Donatella must drive her absolutely crazy. Because as we know, Donatella loves the limelight. Donatella loves the spotlight. She loves all of it. And if you look at this miniseries, you just think no good's going to come to you, Donatella, because she comes across as a bit evil. Now, some of it clearly was to protect her brother. Gianni Versace wanted to come out. He wanted to tell people he was gay. Not sure it would have been a big surprise, but I will say the thing that this miniseries does is it goes into how homophobic we really all were. And because this was 20-something years ago, and it wasn't cool to be gay. You couldn't really talk about it. And it just does a really good job of this. Also, when Gianni was shot, it took the ambulance, it looked like forever to fucking get there because there were no cell phones. I'm just looking at him like, why didn't he use his cell phone? I'm like, duh, he couldn't use his cell phone. So it just was a different time. And I think that the era and the time came together so well in this series about what was going on in the world. And just Gianni Versace walked the town. Everybody knew who he was, but he felt free. He felt free to be there. He never thought, I need security. You don't think someone's going to come up and shoot you one day. But this Andrew Cunanan was a very fascinating person, because his father stole money, but he had a pretty good upbringing. He went to the best schools. He had the master bedroom. And he had the best education. And you just look at him and you could see all this potential. And you think, well, why did you have to kill people? Why did you have to kill Versace? And those are questions that will never be answered, because he committed suicide. He had men wanting to spend money on him, like wanting to send him to school, wanting to buy him things. In my mind, I'm like, you had it made. But clearly there was something he was missing. They say that he felt awkward because he wasn't as attractive as other people. I thought he was a very cute, good-looking guy. But then it came up that he was half Filipino, and that gay men didn't want Filipino men. I think, which is very interesting, because I understand that. And he felt awkward. He felt out of place. So I don't know. All I have to say is, if you are trying to find something to binge and you don't know what to watch, this is definitely the show you should watch, because it's just going to give you a lot about fashion, a lot about what was going on at the time, and just really damn good acting. It's just so well put together. I couldn't stop watching it. I mean, I made myself kind of space it out because I wanted to stay up, because I needed to know. I will say, though, that I think Andrew Cunanan's family, it's because of him, actually his father, not his mother, because according to this miniseries, his mother was abused. His father failed him. And a lot of what happened with him is due to his father, and his father stealing money and running away to the Philippines. Now, I hope this isn't too many spoilers for you, but either way, definitely go and get the information. You're going to find some very interesting information online about this, because there's lots of different rumors. And the big question is did Andrew actually ever meet Versace? I think so. I think Donatella's the one who's playing it, that they never met, because they only met like a couple of times. People do say they met in the club that Andrew said, but whether or not the thing that happened at the San Francisco Opera, no one knows for sure if that actually happened. I have a feeling that it happened. Then there was a rumor that maybe Versace gave him HIV. It's never been proven that Versace had HIV. I have a feeling that that was probably true, because it doesn't make sense why Donatella was so angry at Versace's boyfriend. He's the one who allegedly wanted to bring other men into their relationship, and therefore that's where he contracted the disease. That makes so much sense, because Donatella can't stand him and made sure he couldn't live in any of the houses and didn't get the money that Versace left him. Though I think it's a bit much, because this man clearly loved Versace, still to this day has not sold his story. He could have written a book. He could have spread gossip. He could have opened his mouth, but instead he kind of went away, stopped hanging out with celebrities, and just kind of went into more of a secluded lifestyle. So I don't know. I just look at Donatella, though, in a whole other way, and I look at her and think, ain't no good gonna come to you, girl. But if you want to watch something that's gonna make you think, and great performances, and just think about fashion and life, the Assassination of Gianni Versace is so where it's at. And bravo to Darren Criss for the awards he's won. And he deserves every single one of them. He is one talented motherfucker. And everybody was great, though. But he's the one who kind of carries the whole thing, because while it's about Versace, it's really about the murderer and what led to these things and how everybody is connected. It's amazing how just a little bit of time spent with somebody can change your life. Until next time, peace, love, and cheers. Thank you so much for tuning into Pop Witch. Peace.